Welcome to the show. Welcome to Should You Quit Your Job, where two broke comics give you terrible advice and, well, we're not culpable. You can't sue us. I'm Nick Giasulo.
I'm Jay Clark, and today we have my man, my boy, former rapper, current comedian, working a 9-to-5, father, overall swell guy. Please give it up for my friend, and now your friend, Mr. Ants Rants, everybody. Yeah, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, so glad to be here, man. Nick, Jake. Bro, that was a hell of an intro, man. That was awesome.
That's what we do around here.
I'm still rapping, though.
Yeah,
You guys can pick up all my joints on Spotify.
Oh, okay. Give me 16 bars right now, off top.
I can give you 8 for free.
Okay,
you
right
gotta
now.
Pay for the other 8.
8 right now, off top.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I got you. If I should die today, what would my life mean? I do put the words, all the drama my eyes seen. Vision gets so blurred, man, sometimes I need Visine to clear away the pain, then refocus on my dreams. My head in the cloud, my heart needs rhymes. I got something to say, take it one thought at a time. Cross on my back, making it harder to climb. Still I keep pushing, cause yo, I gotta get mines.
Hey, should you quit your job? Exclusive, baby. Exclusive. Fire emoji. Fire emoji. Fire emoji.
DOE, dreams over everything. Your boy Ants Rants.
Yeah, why you have a regular job when you got fire like that and you can make people laugh?
Yeah, why do you do comedy when you could do that with a mic?
That's
because
crazy.
That was not good rap.
yeah, but we're very, very white. So to us, that was very, very
you put
good.
us in a corner where we have to act like that was great or maybe get canceled. I don't know what happened.
You nailed it, though.
I don't know.
And we're doing this during Black History Month, so shout outs to that.
Yeah, and it's a
Oh,
leap year.
is that still going on?
Yo, and it's a leap year. We get one extra day of MLK, baby.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about, man. I'm going to call off sick on that day and not even use PTO, bro.
You should, dude.
They finna pay me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
I like
free
that.
day.
I like that. Well, actually, okay. We're talking about PTO. We're talking about calling off sick. Do you like your current 9-to-5?
Yeah, I love my job.
You love it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I hate these episodes.
Yeah?
Why?
What's the okay? You love your job, and you the world knows now that you're a comedian.
Yeah.
You're pursuing stand-up comedy. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy is a dream.
Yeah.
The day job is right now just paying the bills until the dream is good to go.
Right. And I also want to say, so my job is, and we'll get into that in a minute, but to that statement, man, I also want to say that comedy is the dream, but you got to work. I think we were talking about that earlier, right? Like off camera, like the manifestation thing. Those guys just kind of, I declare, right?
I declare.
But like you gotta actually put the work in. So the dream is, a lot of cats say faith without works is dead. So like you gotta have faith in that dream, and then you gotta put the work in. And as long as you're doing that, you're actively doing it. So then you know, as much as it's a dream or a hobby, you know, it's still very much a moving thing. Right. It's a career versus that. So yeah.
So but do you think you can get to your dream quicker if you didn't have this 9-to-5 pulling you down?
Yeah, right. Because
there's
right. Because there's certain resources and things that, like time, for example. Like I could, instead of getting up at the 6 a.m. and quote unquote getting ready for work and all the psychology of that and the actual physical effort to get ready for
life
work,
force, man.
The life shit, right? You're in a situation where if I focus that time on like 6 a.m, I get up and I can work out and then I can write. And then I can work on that, right? And there's gigs that sometimes I have to turn down because that gig is, $50, $75, $100, whatever it is. And then the job is, come through here and get like a check to pay rent and live. So, yeah, if I didn't have a 9-to-5, I would definitely be able to focus more on my comedy goals. Would I get there faster? I mean, I would assume, yeah.
Well, so there's also the building, like the life where you have the stuff to talk about. I know you do, but so you're how many years into comedy?
3.5. 3.5.
3.5.
So right, March will be March 20th will be 4 years. No, bro, March 11th.
So close to 4 years?
We'll be like 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Good,
all
man.
right.
So that's a good time to start asking this question and looking at where you're at. And like, I remember I was looking at like, oh man, this is how far I got with like, not minimal effort, but a divided effort certainly. And then it was like, man, if I just had the chance to, go at it full time for a little bit, how much further would I go?
Yeah.
So like this 4 years seems like the time to start asking that question. But on the same time, like how much material do we all get out of our jobs when we're first starting out, and we build our first act around that life that we're living in the daytime. So
Yeah.
And I have had many jobs.
yeah.
Like I've been a man of many hats. So,
What's the longest job you've had while doing comedy?
a marriage? Was the longest job I had.
Yeah, he's
comedy.
funny.
Jesus, that was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And you can't. It ain't no PTO in the marriage, bro.
There's no PTO,
You ever tried to
bro.
call off single?
It's
Yeah.
You ever tried to call off like,
Bro,
yo,
the days
Why do you think
take-
we started this podcast?
Like-
An hour away.
It's just so we can hang out.
Yeah.
Like,
this is the new den room there.
That's the movie. Is the podcast blew up and we're like, oh, this wasn't the plan. We were just trying to hang.
Yeah, 3 married men start a
Yeah.
podcast so that they
Yeah.
can hang out in the spare bedroom.
You
Accidentally get
Yeah.
famous and have to become comedians.
Yeah.
We have to talk in front of them.
So the longest job that I had like consistently was I worked in a corporate office in SeaWorld.
Corporate world's dumb, right?
SeaWorld
Tell me how much the
Corporation.
corporate world's dumb. I hate it. It's stupid. I buried it in my backyard.
I don't think I came to
It's
the right.
dumb.
I think I
It's
came
stupid.
to the right podcast.
It's
I
dumb.
don't feel like this is the right podcast. I feel
Yo.
like I'm in the wrong. I think
All right. Yo, all right, I got something for
I
you.
think we're supposed to share the opinion, and I'm just kind of like, nah, it was awesome.
No.
You're not still at SeaWorld, right?
No.
Okay, here
Yeah.
we go. Jokes that'll get you fired from the SeaWorld HR department.
I have
Go.
those jokes.
Let me hear them.
I have those jokes. All right, so
Can I go? Can I go first?
Go,
I'm
please.
Sitting on it. I'm sitting
Yeah,
on it. The
please.
whales work inside. You can't say that to Nancy. Go on, your turn.
So I actually got fired because I said the wrong
You made a
joke.
Shamu joke?
Bro, I made the worst joke ever, bro. There was it wouldn't even have nothing to do with the fishy. It was just, I'm in the break room, right? We were all in there chilling, and there was somebody getting arrested on the TV, on the news, right? But you know how, like, the reporters talking, so then the sound's down on the TV, but you can watch what's happening. So as the reporter's telling the story, you see 2 brothers getting shoved in the back of the car. Brothers, I mean just 2 dudes, no colors, all right? And then these 2 dudes is getting shoved in the back of the car, and you hear a lady standing on the porch where they get arrested at. She just letting them have it, bro. She's just like, rah, 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 but you get right. So I look over, she's got the bonnet on, she's got the moo, man. She definitely is not from this country.
Okay.
Right? So like, I'm standing next to a young lady. That's how I get fired. I go, hey, yo, I wonder what she's yelling at them about. She must be letting them have it. That's got to be somebody's aunt. I looked at Shorty, I go, hey, yo, what do you think she's saying? She goes, what? Do you think all Haitians look the same?
Damn.
What?
She's like, you think we all got the same face? And then...
What did you say, though? You didn't say anything.
So, right. No.
Did she pull a muscle making that
this,
stretch? That's
this
crazy.
is no, because this is, I gave her all the ammo. Right after that, I go, come on.
You're like,
I go,
this is a trick question?
yeah, I go, you know she's Haitian. And
You got fired?
I got fired.
HR, the whole 9?
ASAP,
Yeah.
yeah.
Before you hear their HR story, I got another a reason you would get fired from SeaWorld.
Oh God.
I don't know what the setup would be, but the punchline would be dropping your pants and saying "Free Willy." That would definitely get you fired.
That would
from
get you
SeaWorld.
fired for real from SeaWorld.
Yeah.
man.
Only from SeaWorld.
Yeah.
You
Statements,
can do that at most places.
Right.
Statements like-
SeaWorld, though, they draw the line in the sand.
Not after the last blowhole incident.
Statements like Blackfish deserves a Grammy will get you fired from SeaWorld.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever saw Blackfish, but that was
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
One of my
documentary.
first bits
Man.
was about Blackfish because that
Yeah.
was around that. What was that 2012, 13? That's
Right.
around where I started,
Right.
and I had a bit about the whale penis. Did you know it's fully retractable?
No,
all the way up
yeah,
in there.
all the way up there,
Yeah.
and it's like 13 feet long.
and it goes all the
And
way back in,
it hides, and then they're like, by the way, fucking like 13-inch
like
whale
a
penis.
Chinese fire trap,
Yeah.
finger trap.
And how they like their foreplay is crazy
Yeah.
because
I
they
don't know this.
just whack the other animal in the head. Pow! They just,
That's their foreplay.
yeah.
That sounds like
and orcas.
No, yeah, whales, orcas, Italians.
I was gonna go Kid Rock and a wife beater drinking Miller
Yeah,
Lite.
yeah.
That's his type of
That's pretty
foreplay.
good. That's pretty good.
Bow, bow with the bottle, bang to bang.
That's right.
My
man.
comparison was Wolverine when it was like, oh, what do you got? 6-inch adamantium claws, 13-foot adamantium whale penis. Let's go.
This episode's gonna be called cancellation.
Gonna be a lot of boops in this one, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So HR brought you in, and what did they say? How'd that go?
They was so
She was Haitian too, wasn't she?
pretty much.
You know they're all in on it.
Humans are the worst resources.
She was like, they kept asking me like. My thing about HR that I can't stand is that they're not like anybody that knows this. I'm back to the camera again, but like they're not here for you. So if anybody thinks that, like if you've ever gotten pulled over, anything you say can and will be used.
That's what I'm saying. They're never favor
office.
They never. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
HR never favors an entry level position. If you're entry level position, they're figuring out how they can frame the shit out of you. All they need is a boss to say one simple thing.
Right. You're like their target dummy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's the new guy. How can I get him out of here?
You just need a boss to say a simple thing like, "Hey, employee 369 came in 1 minute late," and then you get a phone call like, "Why are you 1 minute late?" And then they find you. It was about a 1 minute late phone call, and then they find out like you're racist. Like what? How did that go from being late to me being racist?
Bro, 100%.
In my defense, she asked me a question.
So
was I gave it to her.
Right. I was like, she goes, do you think all Haitians sound the same? And I was like, come on now.
They gotta do it.
And that's all I said. And then that's kind of all it took.
You did the Shane.
Yeah. And as soon as you start crying and stuff, that was a wrap.
Damn. You started crying?
No, she started crying.
Oh, she started crying.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, they brought her in and they little powwow.
No sensitivity training or nothing. And
Yeah.
this is way before like any of that kind of stuff. And I was there for
got.
7 years, man.
Yeah.
Like I had sacrificed a lot for that company.
7 years?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. 7 years, threw it away in 7 minutes. Genius.
7 years at SeaWorld.
Yeah, 7 years at SeaWorld.
See any other crazy shit? Because SeaWorld had some attention.
Bro, I was there. So I was, rest in peace to the lady that lost her life, Dawn. Like I was there for that. I was there for the dude that like got naked in the orca. Like he got naked in the big whale, like Tillicum, the one that was like they just use him for banging other fishes.
He basically was he streaked.
He was.
In a pool?
He didn't streak. He got in there and was chilling and trying to have like a moment, like a save the tree moment. It was like a hippie kind of dude.
Oh,
and then he got eaten.
And he was off of
whole?
Nah, man. I
don't think
really,
naked helped his cause.
I think he because I remember like they found him floating, like the whale was just floating his body.
Mm-hmm.
Like floating his body up on the water, I tried to save him. So yeah,
I hadn't seen the documentary since 2013, so that was 2 deaths in the whale.
Oh yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the one was, again, rest in peace to Don. But the other one was the dude just being stupid, man.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
It was like after hours. He stayed off in the park, and then he just jumped in the water and decided to have at it. Butt naked though, too.
Yeah, that's where you're losing me, guy.
Part,
yeah.
That was a protest.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sexual assault against an animal.
Yeah. Sounds like he tried to whip out his 13 feet, and it didn't happen.
And that water's cold. His look fully retractable too.
Hella cold. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that water is freezing, bro.
Yeah.
Like that water's freezing. So
Yeah, if you can hang in freezing water.
That's where my bit went when the whale bit. I was like, my nickname was Whale Penis in the locker room. Yeah, not because it was 13 feet, but because it looked fully retractable.
That's funny.
It's not bad, right?
it's not bad at all.
Touche.
We're
We're gonna bring that one back. I can do an hour and 1 minute now.
Ballpark. How many jobs have you had?
Oh man, in my whole since I was started working when I was 16, 46 now. So
30
definitely
years.
double digits, man. 16,
More than
17
that.
jobs.
30 years? You don't think you've had an average of at least one job a year? Or like side jobs?
I don't think. I'm not count some gigs. I'm not gonna count, man.
True,
Some stuff you're not. Some stuff's just burner accounts. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna count every gig, bro. Because I mean, probably about 16, 17 jobs, man. Yeah. I usually stay at a gig. I'm pretty committed to. You know what I mean? Because you invest in me.
How do you quit when you quit these jobs? Ooh. Or do you just get fired from every single one of them? It starts off with the
can
ending
do that?
story.
Can we get that scoreboard?
you
Can we
can-
get quit versus fired? What are our numbers
You can
looking
do
like?
that.
Yeah.
You can do that.
You can decide
I didn't know
to
you
leave.
could quit a job.
Yeah, you're allowed.
You can.
You can leave on your own.
This
yeah.
whole time.
We have a podcast
like,
about it.
Yeah, like yeah. I don't know if you can read. Yeah.
Should
Now
you
I
not
get
give
it.
Yeah.
I nip, dude.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Like Ants, I'll give you an example. Like I quit my job when they fired me.
Right. That's usually when I quit.
Yeah.
That's usually when they're like, we're gonna let you go. I'm like, this isn't working out.
Yeah.
I try to beat them to it. We're gonna separate you. And this isn't working out. And then
As soon as they set you down, they're like, we're gonna like I quit.
It's not me. It's you. I gotta go.
They're like awesome. Now we don't have to pay you unemployment, loser.
Quit versus fired. I mean, like so I've been termed or fired from a job only twice.
Okay.
But the rest of the time it's just been me kind of just not liking it there.
Yeah.
And how do I quit?
Yeah, how do you
I
quit?
tell you this, man. I was only a 2-week notice person back in the day. Now, if it's not what I want to do, like I literally just go, this isn't working out, and I leave.
Yeah.
I just
2 weeks is
straight
overrated.
leave. Yeah, not only that, but I mean,
It's a thing of the past.
what am I doing? Why am I? We're not going to work it out.
Yeah.
We're not going to counseling.
Right.
So what's the 2 weeks for? Let me
Right.
just get out of here. This
I never-
relationship didn't work.
Right, and I never understood. I guess there's some people there that do the right thing, but like if you're out, mentally out, you're leaving.
And you're
why
not gonna
would
go
that,
back.
Why would that company want an employee to still be on payroll for 2 weeks? Like, yeah, you gotta be here 2 weeks, do your job till we fill it. Like they're clearly stealing everything those
Yeah.
next 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I mean, you do hear about that. Like they don't let them do their 2 weeks, right? That happens a lot.
I never heard
Oh,
that.
I never heard of that.
Oh, like you put your 2 weeks in, and the next day, yeah,
Go
we
ahead and
don't
go
need
now.
you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they were
100%.
they're just ready for you to say you're out. They're like,
Yeah.
thank God.
Thank
we were
God, yeah.
we were
Right.
looking for reasons to fire you for so long. There's just been no Haitians that worked here, so we didn't know how
No
to.
Haitians
There was
that
no
you
way we could get you out the
yeah.
door.
All the other races you're cool with.
Yeah. Apparently you're a swell guy, but Haitians are your kryptonite.
Shout outs to Haiti. Love the Haitians. I do. I got no beef with them. But if that wasn't a Haitian grandma yelling at them dudes, I don't know what that was,
Yeah.
bro.
We're gonna have a relief number at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
I just assume that
Yeah.
there's something
donate
to help
Haiti,
out.
man.
Yeah.
Donate to the babies, man.
Okay,
Shout outs to Haiti.
so if we got roughly 20, you fired from 2, you left on your own at 18.
What was the other one? SeaWorld and
Where I got fired,
yeah.
is actually one of my most recent gigs. I got fired from it. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And I was there for like 3 years. I love that job. Like I love that job a lot because I really was like helping people and giving back.
Yeah.
But after a while, you get kind of burned out. The reason why I got fired though, they said that I stole money.
What job was this?
It was I was a residential house manager, so I
Okay.
managed a sober living house.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, and it really it wasn't that because I have all the receipts, like I have all the actual paper receipts, and like they said I misappropriated funds. I did something for the house because, as you guys know, I'm a comedian, former rapper, and I went and I created a show and I built the show and I did like what do you call that? Not Eventbrite.
Yeah.
I did Eventbrite, so there was a lapse in between paying the comedians and like the funds. Like there's like that whole weekend time. Where you so I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna take this money from my house account and pay everybody. And then, because I had the receipts for it. Like I'm like, yo, here's the receipts for the venue. Here's the receipts.
That's why no one pays us, dude. They get fired if they pay.
Bro, you gotta get so like. And then my boss was like, but you weren't cleared to do that. And I was like, and he and I had worked that way forever. Like if you need something, handle it. Just have the receipts and do it. Very, and so. When there was a changing of the guard with the job, the new guy came in and he was like, oh yeah, but you used that money and you weren't supposed to. You were cleared for this amount, but not this amount. And I was like, yeah, there was a lapse in Eventbrite. I had never done an Eventbrite or like an event was dope because the event was called Recovery with Laughs. So it was all comedians that had like recovery time and clean time.
Nice.
Right? And then it was showing these folks and the houses, the different residents and stuff. Hey, yo, there's life after. Like, there's life after for you. Like, you can recover. You can continue to recover. You still do. And like the venue, the mission, everything beautiful. But that misappropriation of the funds made it look like I was stealing. And I was like, bro, I have all. I said, I promise, I got everything.
See, and that's why you don't do it 2 weeks because that's so easy to explain. It should be understandable.
Right.
You got to put the money back when the Eventbrite comes in. They
Right.
knew you were doing the event.
Right.
I hate this
Right.
shit.
Well,
man.
he's not telling you the one piece. He also bought a car with
Yeah.
that credit card. They're like, we can't explain $20,000.
It's like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
The scene in Wolf of Wall Street when they're going over the business dinner. You tell them about the sides. Tell them about the $20,000 in sides.
So,
Bro,
dude.
I
scene is great.
First off, I didn't buy a car.
I'm just joking. I'm just
For
joking.
everybody that watches this podcast,
Allegedly.
I did not buy a car.
Don't worry, no one watches this podcast.
My lady drove me here. My license is
That's a good
suspended,
point.
So
we saw him get dropped off by mom.
Yeah,
There's no way.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My lady dropped me off. No, I literally showed her. I was like, bro, I have everything right here, every dollar. And in fact, I was like, yo, you guys actually owe me money.
Right.
Yeah, so that brings me to a point then. Check that out. You spent 3 years of your life there. You were good at your job. You got things done. You were making a real change in the world. Not getting paid, in my opinion. I don't know exactly what you're paid, but I know I have a social work background, so I know that people are never
you know
getting
what's
paid
up.
what they're supposed to get paid. Same with
Right.
teachers. So you're already getting underpaid, and you're doing a great job, and they fire you over some BS like that. They can just snip, cut you at any moment.
Right.
Talk to us how much corporate America is the devil.
Devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that corporate America is the devil, and I think that it's the devil because there's like this. There's I think it's not that they're the devil, man. It's a relationship.
It's a
Yeah,
bad
and
relationship.
abusive one.
and it's an abusive or a bad relationship.
Toxic.
Because it's all emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
They use all the same conversation and speak.
We'll give you money.
Right. We'll give you
We'll
money.
give you a car.
We care about you.
You won't have to worry about
We're a
anything,
family.
baby.
We're a team.
We'll give you
Moving
PTO.
forward together.
You like pizza parties?
You like pizza parties,
We
bro?
really value
You like-
your opinion.
Hey, even better, you like recognition?
Yeah.
You like email recognition? you ever try to
Dear team,
Yeah,
dear
right.
rock stars,
Right.
I would like to shout out Ants Rants.
Right.
He did a splendid job yesterday with a customer. It was 5-star all the way.
Make
Way
sure
to go, Ants Rants.
All of those mundane sentences have an exclamation point.
Yeah.
every and then you got like right, and then you have like the whole what do you the Google reviews and all of that.
yeah.
So I got my dudes in the house doing Google reviews and blowing this place up, and they sell you, man. Corporate America, if you want to call them the devil, I call them the devil, and it's because it's really based on. That's not how human beings are in real life. It's all straight manipulation. It's
100%.
all
Yeah.
straight,
Smoke and mirrors.
Reading
bogus
scripts.
fakeness. Yeah, it's literally counterfeit stuff. It's the most insincere towards each other. It's the most insincere. Like I'm jaded to it. Like when the birthday cards come around to me to sign,
I never sign it.
the people
Because I'm like, I wouldn't sign. I don't want to wish them a happy birthday. So why would I
Yeah,
put my name on
yeah,
that?
yeah.
I don't like
I don't
you.
even wish them
I
a
don't
good morning. I walk by them.
I don't even know who you are. It's just so weird.
Right.
But
That's
like,
so funny.
but-
I thought my company was the only thing that
And
did
it's all-
those.
I would always sign it, love Nick.
your boy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like your boy. And so my thing is yeah, it's bogus, but that's all a part of the indoctrination. Like that's all a part of it. No, they do care about me, man. I signed 37 birthday cards.
Right. Well, dude, I was almost when you're explaining that so eloquently. By the way, I was thinking about managers in corporate America. Managers are like used car salesmen. Because think about it. A used car salesman does a really good job of making you feel comfortable, making you want to buy a car that day. Like they're really good at changing your thoughts in that moment. And that's what, if you're a good manager, you're like a used car salesman because you make that employee feel like they're valued, like you like them, like if they work harder, things are going to go great. And even if they do, maybe they get like a little bit of a pay bump and a promotion. But at the end of the day, they don't care. They just want to suck everything they can out of you, like they're like an anti-hero, because then that makes them look good. So if they can just suck all the juices out of their entire team and then they look good, that's all they care about. Why would they care about you? There might be a few managers that actually care, but everyone else is out for themselves, which rightfully so. It's America.
Sure.
But those people, suck.
I feel like
do.
you're forgetting I'm a used car salesman over here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. What a stereotype, dude.
Draw that
Yeah.
parallel.
Yeah, it was kind of hard.
Everything you
But
just said, dude.
But you weren't trying to get him to buy the car. You were doing the behind the scenes stuff, right?
No, this is why I was bad at used car sales.
Because
Because everything you said we were supposed to do, but like I couldn't make someone feel comfortable. Because I was a teacher for 10 years, man. I'm like, you're gonna spend $20,000 today, dude.
Don't do that.
That's
That's
a lot of money,
crazy.
dude.
that's so funny.
My dad's watching on the cameras. Like, can you tell them to buy the car instead of?
you helped your dad's company go out of business.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's so funny. That's so
can you
funny.
imagine being like, "Ooh, I wouldn't do that."
Yeah.
I
Dude,
wouldn't
that's
buy
so
that.
funny. You made me think that's how when I would explain. I used to work for a tobacco company, and people would always get like a little tight, like, "Ooh, you work for the devil, you sell out."
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand. I had someone close. My mom died of cancer, so my goal in life was to work for a big tobacco company, and I was gonna be a mole on the inside. I didn't do my job ever.
Yeah.
There was not one day when I would go into the stores and people would be like, "Hey, what's that new one?" I'm like, "You'll die if you smoke this. This is bad for you. They put heroin in here." So that's what you got to do. That's how you give back. You get into a corporate company and you take it down from the
Dude,
inside.
You ever see SLC Punk? Movie
Yes,
shaped me.
Yeah, isn't he a fighter, MMA fighter?
No, SLC
No.
Punk.
That's-
You're thinking of CM Punk.
Okay.
SLC Punk is a
Yeah.
movie from the 90s about the punk rock scene
Yeah.
in, oh my God, Utah. Yeah.
And it's
Utah is a
I
punk
think
rock
Salt Lake City. Yeah,
Yeah.
SLC.
Yeah,
Why did I
that's
play
it
so
was
hard on
unique.
that?
Got it. Okay. With Mormons.
But
and
like,
all
yeah, the kid's dad's a lawyer, and he's like a punk rock rebel kid. It's Matthew Lillard, Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
that. Yeah, I know Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
I wanna
He's-
watch
dude,
it.
it's his, in my opinion,
great
his
movie?
best role, and it's an amazing movie. And but
I
in
kinda liked
the
it.
end,
It's a scary movie, though.
he gets the idea, like, you know what, I can do more damage from within the system than from
Right.
outside of it.
Right. You
Yeah.
know,
I think there is
Check it
something to
out.
be said about that.
100%, man. Since you guys are quoting movies, you know,
Uh-huh.
and to make it culturally even, right? I want to bring up a classic during
Boys in the Hood.
during Black History Month. Wow, right to Boys in the Hood, outstanding.
That was so race. Is it Boys
very-
in the Hood?
That hit the nail on the head.
He's like,
That
he's
was
Training day.
He's like, come on. You know they speak.
Come on.
Yeah.
Poetic
You know,
ju-
it's
you know
Poetic
you've seen Boys in the Hood.
You know you seen it.
You finished a Friday quote for me earlier.
Love and basketball. Love and basketball. No.
Anything by Tyler Perry.
Nah, I don't. No.
Family Matters.
So to quote. So right in line
Spike
with that,
Lee.
right?
We're done. Go ahead.
Don't.
He
be a
got
menace.
game.
Don't be a menace to South Central.
Don't
while
be a menace to
drinking
South
your
Central
juice
while
in the
drinking
hood.
your juice in the hood. One of my favorite movies. Why did I start with that?
I was already thinking that. Right? It's like, yo, here's what you do.
Message.
You go, you get into inside, and then you learn everything about it, and you rob that motherfucker blind.
He goes,
bro.
yeah, he goes like that. Yeah, I'll set you up. Because he goes, man, that's so good. We need more black people like this. He was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get in there, do a good job, work my way up to manager, learn the codes of the safe, and rob that motherfucker blind.
Wow,
He goes, I either got my Uzis with the low tops, or
Yeah, that fool said, do I wear the Uzi with the low top, or do I wear these? And he had like the bunny.
he goes, I'll just wear these, dude.
the bunny slippers.
Great
So,
flex.
so literally, in a very comedic, very talented way, that's literally the same thing you guys are saying.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, get in there and learn the system and do it that way.
Fuck it
and,
up.
and I give you that because the corporate America, us against them thing. Listen, man. Do your thing. Use it as the resource that you need. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers hate like chopping wood for fire, I'm sure. Like in the caveman days and trying to find all of that. That was the hardest part of the gig.
Seems like a respectable job, though.
But the fire was necessary, right? So you had to go get the wood. So I think, pause, right? So then like the same thing. Do that. Do just that. But don't be so passionate about the overthrow that you lose sight of what your goal is outside of that, right?
That's
'Cause
real.
Now you're just becoming like
Jaded.
a vendetta person,
Yeah.
like some sort of corporate Batman. Like I am ruining this.
I'm
right?
not gonna lie though. That you're speaking knowledge for sure.
Yeah.
And anytime you carry any type of bad taste in your mouth and bitterness, it can deter you from your goal. But I'd be lying, and I think we'd all be lying if we don't want to be uber successful and then walk into like a CVS one time and see like an ex-manager that said you're never gonna be shit, and then just be like, and you walk back and you get into a $500,000 car, and then they get into their Honda Civic,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I guess everything worked out the way it should. You know?
Yeah.
I'll never own
you
a
go-
$500,000 car, even if I have the money.
Even when I have the bread to own it, I won't.
I'm going to
Me
get in
neither.
a nicer Honda
was
Civic
making a
than he
point.
gets.
I was just trying to drill the point home.
Is that a 2017?
I'm just trying to drill the point
Whatever.
home. Okay, guys.
No, you really nailed it. You're very shallow, man. That's good. That's really good, Jake. That's really fucking awesome, bro. Keep it up.
Shallow
man.
water attendant.
Shallow water attendant, bro.
That's what I'm saying,
Some people never leave the pool, bro. Nick, some people never leave the pool. My man goes $500,000 car, and you guys are at the same CVS.
You're like, why are you doing? Your story has so many holes. Why are you still doing your own shopping if you have a $500,000 car?
Why did you follow this man to the pharmacist?
Why are you still in the same neighborhood as that poor son of a bitch that you alluded to earlier?
It is highly unlikely that you make it to a place, and this is where I'm talking out of my ass because I have not made $500,000. But I can tell you that it's highly unlikely that you'll be in a place in your life where you can afford a $500,000 liability and then see this person from 2000, what the fuck? And you're like, look at you now, punk.
Yeah,
like,
you won't get to that level if you're still thinking about that.
Right.
You'll have to drive to their house in your $500,000 car, pull up in their driveway, and be like, "I made it, bitch."
I'd feel worse about myself. I'd be like, wait, I'm making a $500,000 car payment, and I still care about what Ted from Walgreens thinks.
You ever hear the story about Adam Sandler who saw the acting professor from his college that told him he'd never be an actor?
Right.
And he just like introduced him to everybody and was wicked nice about it.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word. Like vindictively, he was like, "Oh, he's one of the best teachers I ever had." He just left it at that.
That's gangster.
Didn't take a
gangster.
single like shot at
That's
him. Yeah.
gangster, bro. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's growth.
Jamie, pull that up for us.
Right?
Yeah.
That's growth and healing, right? Yeah. That's fire. Because you're gonna have to be in a certain mindset. My homegirl Lena, shout outs to her, right? We talk about like doing Range Rover shit. Cause I was like, I just want to get a Range. And then I was like, but I don't be doing Range Rover shit. So like if you're gonna get a $500,000 car, and I know I'm just keep shit on the number, but like if you're gonna get
You idiot.
Sorry,
go ahead.
They don't even make $500,000 cars. You're gonna drive a house around, you loser.
If you're gonna get two Bugatti Veyrons in one vehicle, then you're so busy and evolving because you have to think differently to get to the bag.
Right.
That's the one thing I'm learning, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah. Keep doing Range Rover shit, man. Keep shining because you can do better than seeing old boy at the same CVS. You can give him a job.
Yeah.
And that's sexy.
Yeah.
Like
what is Range Rover shit? Like, give me an example.
Range Rover shit, man. Get up on time. Get up early. Exercise. Plan and budget out your minutes.
Hide your ex-wife's body.
Hide your ex-wife's body. Do the
Range Rover shit.
Do the shit you need to do. That like every step you make, every choice you make, is this bringing me closer to the dealership to get my Range? Is this bringing me closer to Nick selling me a shitty used Range Rover?
The only thing this is bringing you closer to is the Sting bass line coming in when you're like, every step you take, bro.
That's what I was thinking in my head. I'll be watching you.
Didn't I meet Sting? I think I met Sting.
I so much love having
that's
this podcast with you guys.
that's a fair statement, and I go back and forth in my head thinking about the same thing. Like you don't want to hold on to bitterness, which I don't, but I do. I truly believe this. You do have to have a little bit of fuel from the haters. Anyone who's doubted you, you don't got to have a list, like a hit list, like people talk about. But I think you do got to hold on to that little bit of doubt, that little bit of people wronging you, saying you're not going to be shit, whatever the company is, the friend, whoever. Yeah, that's a little bit of fuel that I think that keeps
a little
you
bit
going.
of I told you so.
Yeah.
I can remember vividly everyone who ever described it as my little comedy thing.
Yeah.
Word.
And I look forward to. I feel like I've already disproved that with some of the experiences I've gotten out of this.
Right.
But I look forward to undeniably shutting that down in the future.
And another thing I hate about corporate America, I want your thoughts on this as well, and yours, Nick, as well, because we all have different experiences.
I will have them.
They completely suck all the creativity
Yeah,
out of
I'm
everybody.
glad you brought that up.
How can you be creative when there's literally if you look at big companies, there's so much structure involved in terms of how they train you, what your day looks like, the systems you use. Everything's a blueprint. They could plug and play a robot in that situation. There's no creativity in the corporate world.
Right.
Did you ever have a corporate job while doing comedy, and it was like people knew and were like, "Oh, that's awesome."
No,
You never lived that life, right?
No.
Once it came out, you kind of went through the fired/quitting phase.
Yeah, it was basically a year of just like, if I post this, I wonder if I'm gonna get fired today.
Yeah, man. Dude, when I was working nonprofits, like everybody knew, people wanted to come to shows, everyone was like cool about it. And I think at the same time, you'd still have to jump through all the corporate hoops anytime an opportunity came up.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? And it like I would map everything out. Like I'd only take gigs that were like good opportunities where I was like, oh, that's not going to get in the way. I can get all this done on this day, get all this done on that day, take this day off so I can go do this show at another whatever scene. And then you pitch all that to HR and they'd shut it down. And I'd see other people getting stuff off so they can go fucking apple picking, whatever their thing was that day with their people. And I'm like, what is this? And I think it's exactly what you're saying. It's like
your thing's a hobby.
My thing is a spark
dream
to something outside of the 9 to 5.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm fortunate in the position I'm in now where that's not the case.
Good.
They're kind of woke at my job. In fact, they're like too woke, bro. When
they walk in, they call you the N-word. Like, what up?
That's opposite
of woke. That's completely backwards of woke.
No, but like they feel comfortable
cool
enough.
Way.
Yeah,
they say like
that's
a cool way.
saying.
What's up, my nigga?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, okay.
That's a quick way to listen, bro. If I got no,
Jake's about to get fired and doesn't even have a job.
Corporation.
Wait, you're gonna fire your manager,
bro? I'd own that corporation.
Yeah.
The distress alone, I'd own that corporation. And you gonna say that during Black History Month?
Yeah.
No. I mean, they're so woke.
This is going to be a rough episode for us. We might not come out of this okay.
I got you guys back. Hey, everything they're saying is approved. I love these dudes.
Warning.
They're good dudes.
We gotta
I got to say,
so not racist, even though one dude's from Boston.
And I am the one that said that's still going on when you first brought it up.
Even though one dude's from Boston.
You're from Cleveland, though, dog. Chill out. It's not like...
No, Cleveland's great, bro.
That's true. I can't go for Bone Thugs.
Well, it was
That's
before all the Jake Clark's.
We out here, baby.
No, my job's woke. Like they're like too woke, right? Like they have everything you can imagine. It's like working for like one of those big tech companies. You know what I mean? So like for example, coffee, right? There's 3 different blends of coffee I could choose from every day. There's like a THC blend. It doesn't have weed in it.
Wait.
Right. It does not have weed in it, but it promotes like THC. The folks that do, right? It's almost, got you, right? So then there's a second coffee. All like manufactured and run by disabled people.
What?
Yeah, straight up. And
Is this the Shane Gillis one? That he just
Shane Gillis.
No, it's a real thing. He opened a coffee shop with all disabled people working at it.
Nah, it's less whatever Shane Gillis is, but it's less that. Might be Grundy, unless he's a part of it.
Don't know the name.
But I don't think so. And then there's a third one, and it's all run and owned, operated by women.
Which one has worse service?
Yo.
Which one drives the worst?
The female one.
Which coffee?
Did you come up with what are 3 made-up coffee companies that can get these idiots fired?
Which coffee shouldn't be allowed to vote?
One coffee sounds.
These are all jokes. These are all jokes, folks.
One coffee tastes very independent and bitter. No, and so when I say too woke, I never know which way to like do it. Like I never know which coffee to drink. I feel like I'm letting people down. So I'm like, if they could just come up with a coffee made by a disabled black woman that smokes weed, that's my blend.
Slow roasted,
man. One love, one cup, one brew.
That was beautiful, man.
Thank you.
I felt like there was a 2-girl, 1-cup reference in there, so that kind of turned me off of wanting it, but it sounded nice.
Two handicapped girls, 1 cup. That's awesome.
Hey, that's a nice cup.
They're gonna
man.
need more than 1
You
cup.
like this cup?
Did you just get back from vacation?
This is I got this from my homeboy.
As he takes a sip, that's the cup the 2 girls used.
It smells viral.
Yeah.
I apologize to our 3 listeners who probably are going to stop after this one.
Like, can you move on from the poo-poo? Yeah.
For the record, I was on coffee, woke coffee.
Yeah.
Not shitting in cups.
Yeah.
All right.
What are the signs? Tell me the signs that are written on the wall when you should quit. When should you quit a company?
It's like when you're not happy, when it's you should quit a company the same way you should quit any relationship, man. When you don't feel valued,
That's good. Yeah,
you know what I mean. When you don't feel valued or heard, if you feel like you're abused, you know what I mean. And if you're literally not getting anything out of it, the funny thing is we fucking skip, man, is that our time is valuable to you. You still existed before the job.
Yeah.
You still have value and worth before the job. You clearly did. They picked you up.
Yeah.
Right. So like you gotta respect that for yourself, man. So many of us just kind of hand over the fucking draws, bro. Just go ahead and do what you want to do with me. No, and that's any relationship in the world, bro. If you start to see signs of like, yo, they don't value me, bro. They don't really respect me, homie. Everything's lip service. Bounce. Find you another relationship where they care about what your opinion is and stuff like that. Split.
Yeah. No, I think that's a job is like a relationship. You're absolutely right, because the longer you're there, the more quote unquote comfortable it gets. Even if you're not happy, but comfort is okay. Routine. I'm doing the same thing every day. This money comes in here every 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm already driving the company whip. Right, so you get to a point where you could hate it, but you're like, I'm still slightly comfortable. Yeah, and
you start accepting it.
That's where you blink and you're 65, and you're like, what have I done with my life? So the whole concept of this show really was to get people not to quit a job that they don't like and then find one that they do like. I personally think, and I think Nick backs me on this, everyone is good at something. And I know it's impossible for everyone to be a quote-unquote entrepreneur or start their own thing, but I truly think the fastest way to being happy in life is finding out what you like and love and then doing that every day. And I think a lot of times, especially in the creative world, we're talking about, you know, pre-rap, used to be a rapper, comedian, we're comedians. You can't, I mean, you could be, I guess, as a writer on a show. Would that be considered corporate? I don't know. I don't know how that would look.
Guess it depends. I mean, there's corporate writing jobs for sure.
As soon as you start getting to like guilds and SAGs and all of that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure a lot of that stuff gets corporate.
Now you're unionized.
Now you're right. Now you're some homeowner association type, so to speak, per se, right? So I think that again,
comedy is the punk rock of that kind of media industry.
Really is, bro.
Get out there and do it yourself with a mic.
Yeah, and that's kind of the same attitude we need to have. The bottom line is it's so relationship, right, is where I want to go back to. Relationship. Okay?
I want to tag on that too. Go ahead.
For sure. So because of word association, when you hear relationship, you only think of the intimate ones.
Yeah.
But your job is a relationship. Right. I have a relationship with you guys.
Yeah,
I have a relationship with my weed dealer.
This is my work wife.
Right, that's your work wife.
My work wife.
Right.
We're lesbians.
We're a strong lesbian couple.
Right. Word up. I'm cheating on my work wife. Yeah, man. It's about that. It's about that relationship, and it's about that connection. Yeah. And when is it time to split? It's time to split when that connection doesn't benefit you as well.
Yeah.
Right. And we just got to be strong enough to know that we have value. But like you guys are talking about, we give so much of ourselves and leave so much of ourselves on the floor that by the time you look up 65s, whatever it is, you're like, damn, who am I?
Yeah.
Right, because that's another thing. You're like, I've been a call center representative manager for years, but what am I beyond being a manager of this now? Because I've been doing this for so many years, have no identity. When I was married 10 years, and I got divorced. I went to the grocery store for the first time by myself. That was a horrendous experience because Ants was not a shopping person.
You got like 12 bags of Doritos, bro, and you're like, I don't know what else I should get.
I was in that store with a $50 traveler's check.
I'm gonna make a Doritos Locos Doritos.
That's it, bro.
And wash it down with some Doritos.
That's it, man. That's it. And I was going through each aisle, and I had a homeboy with me. My homeboy was in the back. He's
like, bro, you can't just get nacho.
I know you said no
nacho
homo,
cheese Doritos.
Hey, no homo, will you come grocery shopping?
That's pretty much it. Because back then, that's what you said.
Exactly.
There was no pause. You had to say, yo, no homo, completely not gay.
I just picture you and your homeboy in the grocery store, and you got a shopping cart full of 12 bags of nacho cheese Doritos. Like, bro, you can't just live off of nacho cheese Doritos. Get some Cool Ranch.
I was going to say, you got a Cool Ranch check. That's what he's eating.
Sweet chili or that, bro. Purple bag it now.
Cool Ranch
I like the spicy nacho. I'm a big fan of
I don't eat Doritos no more. You guys don't eat Doritos. And I don't know if you guys are trying to get sponsorship, but don't don't eat Doritos.
I love them.
Doritos.
They're so
Bro,
good,
if
though.
you read the back of that bag,
Don't do that. Why would you do that to yourself?
I learned how to read. And so
That's like watching a sausage get made.
That's
I don't
how I
wanna
lost
see
my
that.
Boston accent.
You did eating Doritos?
By learning to read.
Oh, word up.
That's so
Word
funny.
up. Took you a long time. You did good,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Thank you.
sound so good. You sound so good.
Here's what I want to get back though. You were spitting knowledge of when it's time to quit, but I'm a little more petty. I think you should quit your job when
moment.
your boss says, "Are you working hard or hardly working?" followed by a laugh like this, like
The manager laugh is the worst fucking thing in the world. Dude.
Yeah. It's very disingenuous. How's the manager laugh go?
Well, it's like a rich guy laugh without the money. Like,
that's exactly what
exactly
it
what
So
it is.
rich guy laugh without the money.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm,
A
let's
little
see.
more desperation, a little more likely to get stabbed if you don't laugh along.
is.
Like
And speaking of which, why do people who make $20,000 more than their people managers versus an entry level think that they're smarter and better? Like, what does $20,000 make you better for?
Act your wage, man.
I
Act your
guess.
wage.
Act your wage.
They're not smarter, bro. They're actually dumber. To be
The
honest
world's
with
figured that out now.
'Cause,
I've seen
yeah.
enough memes.
They're
Oh,
more
yeah,
moldable.
yeah.
They're more moldable.
Michael Scott
100%.
was the
The
hey, let's remind the
quintessential-
world. Yeah, that
quintessential-
managers are dumber than us.
Sure. And compassionate. That and funny about Michael Scott, man. He'd
Yeah.
be the perfect boss. I don't care who you are.
He would.
He'd be the perfect
Oh,
boss.
dude, you get
He's
away with
uncensored.
murder
He
there.
lets it flow.
because he genuinely cares about his people.
Yeah.
Genuinely cares, and then you're not getting in trouble for shit.
Why
because
would
you're
you?
easily more competent than him.
You're his
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
And he
And
did
that-
Chris Rock's routine on episode 1. So I would
Oh.
love to work for him.
Ouch. I was going
Oh.
to close the pod with that. Wanted to surprise our friend.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
him feel welcome.
yeah.
They're always saying stuff
Yeah.
like that. All right. Dude, don't even look at me like I just doubled down because this episode is quadrupled down. These types
Thank you guys so much for
Is this-
making me your last guest ever, man. This is so awesome. Thank you.
Hell no.
I'm humbled,
Independently
man.
run, bro.
Yo,
Hey.
I'm the closer, baby.
Hey, so I know what this episode is going to be called, but Ants is going to want to be the one who has to type it down.
Oh, thank you fucking get it. It was worth it. That was fucking funny. Steve Martin fell.
Somehow that you guys fist bumped on that made that even more.
In fact,
racist.
yo, Steve Martin doesn't want to be here right now, dude. Steve Martin's very upset with
he-
how we're
honestly,
joking.
he feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
made
Yo,
it,
give me some more petty reasons.
made it any
Oh,
more.
yeah,
More
I got
petty
you
reasons
one.
of when you should quit your job.
Petty reasons to quit your job.
Ooh,
bro.
petty
A
reasons. Let's
big
do
petty
round
reason.
robin
A
that
big
joint.
petty reason to quit your job is trying to avoid a sentence, like prison, like trying to keep from getting locked up. Because I've had managers and people I've wanted to fight at my job, so I had to leave because it was like either like stay there or and then knock this person out and get locked up, or like leave. Because I've had that, bro. You ain't never had like a person you want to just jaw to sleep at your job, bro.
I was just gonna say if their breath smells like coffee, but you took it real. You took it real high level.
Yeah.
Quick before you murder them, dude.
People.
I said,
Like if
petty.
you're in line at Walmart to get the AR-15, it's time
It's
to
time to
just
go,
walk
bro.
away.
Yeah, 100%. But that's literally like I've it's like nah, I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna
Yeah.
snap out on somebody, and I'm not. I can't.
I've blown up at people when I was younger.
Right. I'm
Teenager.
just. No, this is
college.
like last week. This is like last week.
Wait, you said you liked your job.
I do.
Liar.
I love my job. It's just the people make it horrible.
Yeah.
And isn't that
I
what
like
we're
my
talking
podcast,
about?
but same thing.
I feel you.
I see what you're saying.
I saw you looking at ARs before I came in here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
But a petty reason, man, a petty reason would be they just stopped serving that handicapped coffee.
Yeah.
Like I gotta go.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I was only here
No.
for that.
Yeah.
For the slow brew.
I think you should quit your job when your manager wears those fun socks. When they got the fun socks
Fun
underneath the
socks?
slacks, they got like this meeting is BS. I'm like, hey, look, I'm cool with you guys too. See,
That's
you like
why
it?
I can't
Do you
quit
like
my-
the fun socks?
The fun
Do you?
socks?
That's why
Yeah.
I can't quit my job, bro. This year
Fun
they
socks?
sent me some fun socks.
Yeah, I bet you
Oh,
they
God.
did.
They were
I
dope.
bet you they did.
And a
They were
speaker,
dope.
a Bluetooth speaker thing.
Hey, notice.
One of
Hey,
the
you
most-
see that Bluetooth speaker right there?
Yeah.
That came from my last
As you?
company as
As
well,
you?
dude.
That's your
Hey,
gold watch.
By the way, you should also quit your job if every Christmas they get you the same
Bluetooth
gift.
speaker.
A Yeti cup.
Yeti
You
cup.
should quit your job if your manager gives you a Yeti cup
I like Yeti
every
cups,
year.
man.
Yeah, but you don't need 19 of them.
I thought about getting them for merch, but that'd be a bitch to travel
Oh,
with.
and it'd be expensive.
Yeah.
You should definitely quit your job if people are way too hyped up about Casual Friday.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hold on, man.
I was just thinking about that as a teacher because you can pay $1 to wear jeans on Fridays at some schools.
Wait, you had to pay $1
yeah.
to who? To
Now,
who?
I haven't had to
who?
do this, but many schools have had to do
Wait,
this.
where's the
paying
dollar
to?
To the school.
You have to pay $1 to
Yeah.
wear what you want to wear.
So
On
where
only on a Friday. You can't just pay $1 every day and wear jeans, Jake.
That's the
We're-
craziest thing
We're trying
I've
to
ever
educate
heard
people. You can't do that
in my
denim.
entire life.
You should also quit your job if people say shit like Friday Eve.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Or Happy Friday instead of day.
Yeah.
Those people should fall off a building.
Yeah. The next time I have to guess what day it is, quitting. I'm quitting.
Yeah.
Wait, if someone said Friday Eve, you'd have to guess?
No, guess what day it is?
Oh,
It's hump day.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
hate
Ants,
that.
it's Thursday. It's Thursday, bro. Friday Eve's Thursday.
Friday Eve,
I know
Thursday.
this.
I got this one. I got this
Bro.
one. Nah, Friday Eve drives me crazy.
That could be any day before Friday.
Why do people act like they've never heard Friday Eve though?
Yeah.
Like whenever they say it, they're like Friday Eve. I'm like, holy shit!
Oh,
you just came up with that all by yourself.
You
That's
th- you
crazy.
thought of that?
You're a beast. Calm
You
down.
should sell
bro.
T-shirts. You should quit and do comedy.
You should
Bro,
quit and do comedy.
If the people who say Happy Monday, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing more that bothers me than someone who's even actually happy on a Monday.
Yeah.
Because Mondays are for coffee and contemplation.
What's more annoying,
Yeah.
though? Is it more annoying when that person's genuinely happy or when they're using it sarcastically, like a
Both.
wicked good joke?
Both.
Both.
Happy
I wanna shoot
Monday.
Both. I want to shoot them both.
Who's worse?
Damn.
So, wait, I'll give you both. Who's worse? Happy Monday or Happy Monday? Who do you want to punch more?
Both.
both
Yeah, oh, you guys-
equally.
You know what I
I
down?
swear I hate them both equally. Here's why, bro. Monday is just Monday. Like we've just all been conditioned
Yeah.
to like hate Monday.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Mondays
your
are
weekend's
dope now.
over.
Bro,
That's
if
the
you
thing.
wake right, but so fucking what? It's just a day.
Yeah.
If you're not able to do the same stuff on Saturday that you do, you gotta be able to.
No.
You gotta be in more control of your life, man.
Right. That
you
comes
have
down to
be
you
more,
controlling your lifestyle.
You know what I mean?
Which these 9-to-5s fuck up though, and
They
that's why
do.
we
They
hate
make
them.
it hard, but that's look. If you don't like something, change it.
Yeah.
But if you can't change it, change the way you think about it.
Sure.
Do
Facts.
you understand?
Well, that's what Happy Monday lady's doing.
She's insane though.
She's
I know.
Don't
and
be
that's
like-
that's why the answer was disgruntled Happy Monday guy. By the way, I'm very angry because
"I already-
nobody played my game.
I already knew the answer before I did it. Okay.
If you genuinely disagreed, we could have had discourse. But no,
Hey,
that guy thinks he's funny.
Leave comments in this podcast. Which guy is like the
Yeah.
worst one?
Happy
Which one-
Monday.
The
Yeah.
guy faking it,
Happy
or the guy
Mon-
truly believing
We'll do
it?
Happy Monday all caps and exclamation point, or the alternating Happy Monday.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I just
But
realized?
I just literally hate them both. I hate
hate
them
it.
both, man. I'd sleep with
But
both of their
one-
wives. I'd sleep with both of their wives
Yeah,
Well,
Monday
they're at
probably
work,
got a
you
nice
probably
on
week,
can't.
a,
too.
on a Monday.
They're at
Yeah.
work. You have a chance.
Well, no, that's what I was thinking. Every single Monday through Friday has a stupid corporate name except Tuesday. What's Tuesday? Wednesday's Hump Day. No, think about it. Wednesday's Hump Day. Monday's Happy Monday. Thursday's Friday Eve. Friday is Friday
TGIF. Yeah.
What's Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday at
That's
work?
only if they provide
That's Taco
taco.
Tuesday. No, because you go on your lunch break to Tijuana Flats or whatever with your people, man. Do
And then
margaritas
HR
and
calls you in to smell
HR
that
calls
tequila.
you
yeah.
in, but they call you in. Yeah, were they making fun of Haitian moms again?
Like, well, we
Get a couple margaritas in them and he can't
we were at
stop.
Chipotle and Taco Bell. They steer clear of these places.
They work in both of those.
To be fair, pretty shocking to see them at a Mexican place.
No, it's not. In fact, if you've ever been to a Mexican place here in Florida and the food was bomb,
Yeah.
it was a lot of sapasés in the kitchen.
See, I was doing a totally sarcastic, not real thing, and then you were like, "No, bring that to reality with
The
me.
truth-
I'm white. I don't want to do that.
I
don't
got
want to be
you.
in reality
Hey,
with
this
you."
is beige privilege, man. This is beige privilege, baby.
I
Plus,
was
they
thinking
know.
something like that when you did the come on, because like as a white guy, if I made an off-color joke and someone reacted like
Yeah.
that, I'm immediately like, "I am so sorry, dude. Like I didn't even mean it. I just have
Right.
ADHD and
I
I
don't
say what
have
comes to
to.
my mind."
Privilege,
Yeah.
it's beige
Yeah.
privilege. Plus,
Here's
it-
my letter of resignation. I'm gonna go see myself out. You guys don't
As
gotta
Bill
call
Burr said,
security.
they start wheeling out that podium.
yeah. The only difference is I'm never up for promotion.
Yeah.
You are.
Ooh, well,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not
you haven't seen my work ethic.
Yeah,
My dad wouldn't promote me.
that's not true. That's not true on two accounts. What he's saying is true. And secondly, I don't know, man. That's another fun conversation. I had a lot of. I'm not gonna say I was like this because I was so checked out of every job I've ever had. I didn't care about anything. But I had a lot of peers that would try really hard at their corporate job. They're coming in early. They're staying late. They're talking the company lingo. They're doing Excel spreadsheets on steroids. They're doing everything that the companies ask someone to get promoted to do. However, when we would get these surveys, every year, it was said in the same things. People would be blunt too. They would say, we need to stop this diversity and inclusion trainings we're doing. We need to stop promoting people of color, gender. We need to stop doing that. And the best man, and I don't even think they would say woman, they just say the best man should get the best job.
Right.
What are your thoughts about that? Because there are companies, and I will tell you, because I was on projects in different companies, they do focus on percentages, and they have quotas to fill certain managerial roles with people of color, women, even LGBTQ. That's legit stuff that managers talk about at manager meetings. How you feel about that?
Listen, man, as a person that benefits from some of that shit, bro, I'm glad my dad didn't pull out because I like that. I can't use job because you black, so
that's what I'm saying.
I take it.
But your original statement was like, he gets a promotion, you don't.
Yeah, but I don't really mean what I'm saying.
Okay.
So
a lot of us don't mean what we're saying, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just triple down.
Let's take this moment right now to everyone looking into their cameras.
No.
We don't mean the things we're saying today.
They mean it.
You know what? I've been known to lose video files. I don't mean it. I want to get that on 2 angles.
Yo,
I don't mean it.
All I'm saying is Jake made me come in here through the back door.
Yeah.
like that's all I'm saying.
No, you're getting it wrong. I said when we watch a movie, you have to sit in the back of the living room.
Okay. And I have to watch.
Whoa, Jake! Jesus Christ, dude!
He's serious.
Hey, we're on a podcast right now. You can't talk like that.
That's gonna be the thumbnail.
I hate diversity training because it just makes me feel like whoever put this together was definitely a piece of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're sharing things with people that in real life, as a society, as a group, I don't know if we necessarily agree with, right? But if you ask individuals, they'd be like, yo, nah, you really shouldn't hate gay people. Nah, you really shouldn't hate black people. Nah, you really should be patient with handicapped people. Like individually, people, perfect, right? So I hate diversity training because all it is, it's like 2 hours of don't hate gay people.
Right. Yeah. Who needed the hour training to not be a piece of shit today?
Right.
And why do you have to do it every quarter? Like each quarter you have to take the same trainings. Like are you trying to beat it out of them? It's like pray the gay away camps in corporate America? Go.
The funny thing, right? Should they have those? Yes. Should you beat the gay away? No, I'm just kidding. I think that it's so funny that 6-month evaluation, that's just check. Like, are you racist yet? I think that same check should happen. Like for like.
I like the implication of yet.
You know what I mean?
Racist yet?
Oh, it's gonna happen. Yeah. it's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
People age.
Right. So I like that idea. You know what I mean? Like you still there with that? And then I think that's pretty neat. But it's not necessary. It's just one more thing to hate corporate America. So if you ask me, what's a number one sign of should you quit your job? It's diversity training.
Quit. You should quit as soon as there's diversity training.
As soon as you set me with diversity training, I'm out of there, bro.
You gotta ask yourself.
I disagreed with that, but I'll give you an example of one I agreed with. When I was working at that nonprofit education place, I had mostly people of color working with me. I was one of the 3 white kids going to these schools, and so the whole staff gets together at a school in Boston for a diversity training, and 2 older white ladies come in to educate all these young, enthusiastic black college students and recent graduates about diversity training. And I swear to God, at one point out of her mouth, she looked at me and the other white guy and said, "And we don't want you to feel like your white journey doesn't matter because it does." I was like, dude, I'm about to quit. I'm looking at the black dudes like, hey, I'm cool. I'm not with her. Like,
your white journey.
Dude, I'm watching all my coworkers' faces.
What's the white journey? I want to know about that.
It sounds like a store at the mall
just
or something.
It was
I'll tell you exactly what it is.
They only sell Clarks. They only sell
Clarks and Vans, baby. Clarks and Vans.
In her context, exactly what the white journey was a bullshit phrase to include everyone in the room. That's all it was. She saw 2 white people and was like, "You're included too."
Did you feel included?
I did. I actually kind of felt like she was winking at us, like, "You're our favorites," and we were like, "Hey, lady, chill out." Dude, all my coworkers' faces are like,
I think you're missing the point of this training.
Right.
Like, are we really going to sit here and listen to her tell us how to talk to our black students when there was 98% black people in there?
Right.
It was just ridiculous. And then you think about that she's got paid more than all of those coaches to come do this fucking diversity
talk out of her ass.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is
I talk out of my ass, but I don't get paid.
Right.
Yep.
The funny thing is emphasis on yet. The funny thing is that everybody knows that you know how to talk to black students if you listen to enough rap music. You just say the stuff from the rap. That's what the blacks like. They like the rap.
Yeah, and being called the blacks.
They like the black.
They're big fans.
I personally like it.
Hold on, let me cut to our sponsors. And this episode is brought to you by Black History Month. And go.
The NAACP supports.
That's part of the ad. Still?
No, I'd still quit with diversity hire because to your point, that's such a big pile of bullshit.
Yeah.
They completely singled you out. So I'm like, well, this is my last day. I'll drink a cup of this person of color coffee, and then
I want to give the company credit because a lot of them still follow me. When those people left, all our managers looked at us like, yeah, we didn't know it was going to be like that. So we all talked shit about it after. But, oh, man, but what a waste of money.
Yeah.
What a waste of money and resources went to that bullshit.
Yeah. Ironic enough, right? Taxes from black people. Pay for them to tell them. Love it, man. I love this country. I love corporate America, man.
Yeah, no, you don't. Don't take
Not
that
in real life.
Yeah.
Not in real life, y'all.
How do we get you out? How do we get you out of your job right now so you can be a full-time stand-up comedian?
I just need a play. I just need one play. So either one of you guys can hold me down with like a kilo of whatever.
Or a play?
A play. If you guys can hold me down with a kilo
like
of whatever.
We're very white.
So I hit a lick, right? So if one of you has like an ounce of cocaine,
I like that he went we're too white and he went with hit a lick.
I actually knew hit a lick. I didn't know play. I actually knew hit a lick. So wait. Okay, so
you want a bunch of cocaine?
You kind of want to go
and then chop that up and Scarface it for a little bit.
Okay,
and then
chop that up and then chop that up and then cut it with other stuff.
But
the opinions expressed in this podcast do not reflect whatever. Yeah, let's do it. Let's sell drugs.
Then I would end up corporate, right? Because then I would end up with like a staff.
By the time you hit it big in cocaine, it'll be legal and there'll be dispensaries and you'll be put out of business.
Right. But I'll have a fan base, so I'll pretty much start my own.
I like what you said about the relationship thing right now. So right now, how long have you been at your current job?
Oh, geez, not even a year, man. I started.
Oh, that's why you like it. You're in the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, but I remember I've been in a lot of relationships.
That's true.
So I know how shorty works.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's good signs for the future at this place?
Yeah, because I don't really plan on a future there.
Okay. Hell yeah. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, you're having a little fling right now.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Casual Tuesday.
It's cash.
You're texting other jobs.
She's always like,
not serious.
every week, she's like, so what are we?
We're working on it.
I said, we cool.
Yeah.
Just know, stand up, that's my ride or die. But we cool. We cool.
Damn.
Until we not cool.
Comedy's my bottom bitch. I had a homeboy in comedy tell me with my current actual relationship, he's like, yo, just stay with her. She's holding you down. Stay with her until, you level up. You know what I mean? And then whatever you do is what you do. And I don't apply that to my lady. What I do apply it to a gig. I'll never, ever give my soul to a corporation ever again. There's no corporation worth that except for me. I'm the only corporation. I'm the only LLC I should give my soul to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll never do that again.
Yeah, I look at corporate America as like Squid Games.
Yeah.
That's how I really feel. I really feel every employee is a number. Mm-hmm. They need you until they don't. They love you until they don't. And what people are doing because of the society we've created with you have to go to college, get a 4-year degree, then you got to get a master's degree, then you go out there and you get a good job with good benefits, and you stay there until you're 65. Now, granted, that is one life to live, and it's not the worst. There's people living in third world countries that doesn't have that opportunity. However, there's going to be so many depressed people when they're 65 if they don't get out of the mundane life they're in right now.
Right.
And that's what and I think
retirement's going up.
That's what I'm really trying to get out there. And it is cliche. Follow your dreams. Find something you love. You'll never work a day in your life. But at the end of the day, why are so many people, you can talk about the golden handcuffs and you can talk about potential opportunity and what people's situations look like, but why are there so many people? I read an article the other day, over 60% of people aren't happy where they work.
Right.
But they still work there.
Right.
Who the fuck said life was supposed to be happy?
And or
me
or
I want to be happy. That's what I agree. That's why I quit. I got fired, but it's like it's ballfires.
You just keep throwing out black movie quotes. This pod's gonna be fired, dude.
It's like we both did the same thing at the same time.
I think that
Ant's gonna cry in the car.
People. No, I'm not. I'm going to call the NAACP and get this resolved.
Yo,
you guys You guys better get on Indeed. No, why do people? There's tons of reasons, man. But you want to know something funny is that society is going to evolve, and there's going to be more and more brothers and sisters like you guys or like me that are going, yo, we can break away from this. Number one,
we're already seeing it.
60, right? You're seeing it right now, right? And 65 is not even the number anymore. Are they trying to move to like 72 or some shit?
Biden's like,
wait, you can't touch your 401k until 72 now? I thought it was 50.
It's like
was it
70
55?
something like that.
I thought it was 55. You can check it.
They're battling about how you should, they're battling about how you should retire. They're battling, and you can tell. Look, man, like motherfuckers is like 70 at the store, man. Scanning your stuff through the thing. Why are people like that, man? It's conditioning. It's the programming.
That's why we gotta
man.
build this shit, man. I'd
all
rather
you
tell
gotta
jokes
do-
at that age.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Okay, so look at like the world, right? We talk about like there's this stuff going on. We're joking about racism. We're joking about, then we're talking about corporate America, and we're kind of getting to some stuff that clearly we're passionate about. It's a real thing, right? So that's dope. Okay, this is the one thing I want to focus on though. Despite everything happening, despite every obstacle, every whatever you name, right? Despite all these things that are roadblocks, or family and bills and medical shit and life and da-da-da-da, you have to just keep going forward. Yeah. You had to have enough faith in what you're trying to accomplish to keep accomplishing it. That's the ironic part about the whole corporate thing we're talking about. All of these people, not all of them, but like in the beginning of this thing, when people were building these big corporations and shit, they had ambitions. They was probably sitting somewhere going, yo, I'm getting fired from my job. I'm not living my dream. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. And then so people like me started going, I'm like Gen X. So like I'm in that last space where that's what was the rule. You go to school and you get a degree and you join a career and you have to, and then that's what you do. That's like every day becoming less and less of the formula to get where you gotta be. Miyamoto Musashi said there's more than one way up a mountain. Right? So like you gotta figure out what that is and just have enough. So that's the bigger question I would ask is like, okay, cool, you're not leaving. We won't focus on that. You're not leaving. You're not quitting. Cool. But let's focus on why aren't you doing this? You know what I mean? Why aren't you chasing this? Not why don't you quit this? What are the reasons you're not? That's cool. But why aren't you doing this? What's happening to human beings where they're like, fuck, I can't, you can achieve no goals?
Because I think what's happening is, you're right. Because at the very least, you should at least be working in the midnight hours on something that you love and with an escape plan.
100%.
But what's happening, because they're talking about corporate America, 9 to 5. Everyone hears 9 to 5, and we always talk about it on the show. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not 40 hours a week. When you add in commute and you add in all the other BS, now we're talking 60 is probably the standard, 60 hours.
Right.
You want to have a beer at the end of the day and watch dumb TV. You want to watch other people that you want to be and just zone out and be numb. And that's why I think people aren't chasing what they know that they should, because they don't have the energy, and it's rinse and repeat. And then you get to the weekend. So you're already tired by Friday. Why do you think on our comedy shows Friday is always the light show? Because no one wants to go out on Friday when you're 45 years old and you got 3 kids at home and you're tired. Saturday's your one day, and then what usually happens is, because we live in a substance world, you drink too much or you party too much or whatever you do on Saturday, and then you're nursing a hangover on Sunday, and by 5 p.m. you get that I gotta go back to work itch, panic and sweats on Monday. Rinse and repeat. You blink, you're 65. Your grandchildren are asking you to tell you a story. You got nothing.
You guys ever see Love is Blind?
You guys ever see Love Jones?
Right.
Lorenz Tate?
I think that's the bigger issue. That, and like you said, we're getting away from it, but that's the bigger issue.
I only
Do you
did
think
sales
being
for 1
tired
year.
is kind of the thing? I
do. Because, dude, I was teaching.
I don't knock it.
What'd you say?
Do you think being tired is a big part of it?
Yes.
I don't knock it. I don't knock that, because I be exhausted all the time. I'm actually the older of the 3 of us in here, I believe. So I get that part.
It's not the answer for everyone.
No, it's not, but it is a big piece. So this is why I go back to the first statement, which is like, why aren't you doing this also? Are you telling me that you're more tired than your dreams or your goals? If you're more tired than your dreams and your goals,
which playing devil's advocate,
but your goals and your dreams require energy and attention, and like they call it paying attention because you have a finite amount, you can run out of it just like money.
Right.
When I was teaching, 40 hours a week. I never brought work home. I taught English for 1 year, and I had to grade papers, and I was like, never doing that again. That got in the way of comedy. But then when I went and worked,
He gave everybody an A.
yeah, dude,
Perfect.
good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I got a show. Bye.
Plus also as a dude from
I wish you were
I was a
my
bad
teacher.
teacher. Let's be real.
Plus
You were my
also,
teacher.
plus also as a Boston dude teaching English. The irony in that is crazy too. So of
That
course-
letter
of
is an
course-
I.
Of course, everybody got A's.
Wait, you want me to get in the CAW? No R, you idiot.
I just wrote whatever curse word had the corresponding letter grade at the beginning. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Why'd you call my daughter? She got a C. It's not my fault. All right. Where was I going with that? I did
Nice.
1 year working. It was a family business, so you know people hear the Succession music and think that should have been an easy ride. No, I was working 60 hours a week on a car lot, working with my dad, man, and I was making better money than I ever thought I'd make.
Sure.
But it was a lot of fucking work, and this is when I was living in South Florida. I would book shows in Fort Lauderdale. West Palm Beach was the closest one, but how often do you get into the Improv at West Palm Beach? And then that
Right.
closed. So I was driving an hour at like leaving at 6 p.m. to just get there just in time with a fucking sunburn, still wearing shorts, changing into jeans in the car, going up there on stage. I didn't look at my material all day, didn't think about it, haven't had a show in 2 weeks because I'm so fucking busy. I'm not getting booked as much. And I go up there.
Did he live my life?
Dude, I'm 10 years into comedy, bombing more than I'd ever bombed
Yeah.
in the come up.
Sure.
And I was hitting the point where I was like, I might go back to teaching. And
I feel that.
yeah.
The thing is you didn't.
I know. You're right. I didn't. But that took a lot of change.
Because what's that?
It took a lot of change.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Fuck.
No, I
thought I was gonna. Well, let me say this. Let me say this. I did teaching and comedy for 10 years about doing both of them, and I never really thought about quitting comedy. The closest I would have come was COVID, but that wasn't even a thought about quitting. That was just oh my god, is it ever going to come back? Because I was up north.
Exactly.
But I really thought about quitting. And I around the time I met Jake, there was a fork in the road where it was, dude, if I stop doing comedy, I'll make good money. Yeah, I'll be tired, but like me and my wife can take sick vacations, and I can actually relax when I get home and not rush to a comedy show. That might be the right life at this time. And then the other option was leaving that.
Right. You should not quit stand up, Nick. You're
Thank you,
very
man.
funny. I just so many. It's only a few cats I enjoy locally or nationwide. Otherwise, so you should not quit at all.
I know that now.
All ever. Nobody should, and that's the whole thing, right? So there's another. You know me, Jake. I'm a big philosophy person, right? So here's another big one that helps me a lot. FYF, which is fuck your feelings. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I don't feel right. I don't feel this. You know how many times that just cost me opportunities?
Yeah.
And taking steps where like I was apprehensive, I was scared or whatever it was. So like, yo, shut that shit off. Now that's like you said, you had to change some thinking, right? So and we talked about it, this is all programming. That's why you see people are for creatures of habit type situations, right?
Right.
So it's all programming. You have to turn it off. You need to be around people that empower you, man, that think outside the box. So you can go, oh shit, this is a normalcy. This is not abnormal, right? So it's okay to turn it off. It's okay to be afraid and not know the answers of how you're going to pay this bill or that bill. Bro, do you realize there was a moment when I was out of work for like 5-6 months, my rent was like $1,700 a month? I never was late on my rent. I never missed anything. Me and my lady both fat as shit, man. Shout out to my baby. But we didn't lose any weight. We didn't stop eating, yo. We didn't go paleo on their ass. Nah, we still ate well. We did just fine. Comedy held down those 5-6 months by the grace of God. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I think that you just got to be brave enough to bet on yourself and like FYF, right? And if you don't like something, change it. But if you can't change it, change the way you think about it.
I like that you took fuck your feelings, which is like overused all the time in arguments online today. Yeah. But you made like the you in that is yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I like the way you use it. You never hear it that way.
Nah, because that's what it's supposed to be.
You said fuck my own feelings.
My own feelings, bro. It's not, fuck somebody, what do I care about your feelings?
Yeah.
I don't care about your feelings like that.
Fuck your feelings.
Yeah, that's corporate talk.
That's what we're going to name the episode.
FYF, baby.
You'll find out.
No,
you're spitting all the facts and knowledge. I 100% agree with you jumping on the devil's advocate of what I was saying, but I think it's twofold. I think, and it was almost like chicken or the egg when I think about it, because it's like, yeah, you are your own person. You have willpower, and you can make all your own decisions. This is all very true. You didn't have to go to college. You didn't have to take this 9 to 5. You didn't have to do that. But then when you talk about the other perspective of what we just mentioned, especially Gen X, where that was still very prevalent.
Oh yeah.
I'm a millennial. It was very prevalent when I went to school. It was you got to graduate high school, then you got to get a 4-year degree, and then that's not even good enough anymore. And you got to get at least a master's degree, and then you got to get a good job, and you got to stay there for 30 years and retire. So with that being pushed so hard, especially in the schools,
I didn't push shit.
You know what I mean?
I'd love to talk to you about school stuff, bro. How long was your teacher?
About 10 years. So that counts educational nonprofits and then being in the actual classroom.
See, he was an agent for evil for like a decade, bro. That's yeah. What's I love to talk about?
I played recess.
Not to cut you, but yeah, please keep going. That was like
No. I basically already made the point, but I think if I had to just put a number, I think it's 50% each way. I think half of it is a systematic issue, a societal issue of telling people what they think they should do. And then the parents are taking that as well, especially parents. We're talking about like generational thing. Parents, all they know is, you get one job or maybe even 2 jobs. We don't care if you don't like them. You work there to make the money and that's it. Like there was... I mean, I didn't grow up in the 50s or 60s, but it seems like there was a lot less focus on anything creative. I mean, sure, there was music and film and all that stuff, but it doesn't seem like you had the world of opportunity. Today, right now, if you own a cell phone and have a cell phone plan, like you can start anything. You can start your own show. You can start, you can do music, you can do comedy, you can do art, all from the palm of your phone, all creatives. So like we're moving towards a situation now where I think in another 10, 20, 30 years, I think college, it won't be a thing of the past completely. People are still going to go to college, doctors, all that stuff, like where you really need skills. But I don't know. It's just I get so worried.
College is a business that I don't see going anywhere, man. They'll just rebrand it, make it more affordable.
100%.
I like colleges for banging consenting female adults. That's what I like college for. There's no real, you know what I mean?
You never went to
Ants
college.
Rants, everybody. They coming on.
So college, you never went to college, or no, Ants. I told you college. So Ants, you never.
He's like, no, I went to a college
That's
all the time.
That's what I was saying. I couldn't get to the punchline. I was flipping over my words. I called him college.
That's why I have your partner here,
college,
man.
Bro.
That was my nickname in college.
You're the punchline stepperana. Who guessed did you do that?
Oh my God,
I literally
Rue.
told her to set up the bit, and then you stole her. I was like, Rue, do your joke. It's funny. And then Nick,
I thought she was done.
Nick says the punchline before she does.
Listen, she should have said it faster.
From now on, you got to go.
Work on your
"Got 'em."
delivery, Rue.
Got him.
But
boy.
yeah,
Did you ever make a clip out of that? I want that clipped.
I don't know if I did.
I feel exactly what you're talking about, Jake. And I'm not gonna. Oh my God.
And the last thing I need to say before I forget about it, because I'm a little scrambled right
And we
now.
do got to wrap up.
Yeah, last thing I want to say about that is what in my own experience, I'm going to speak to my experience, and I'm curious on yours as well. You don't realize how battered and wounded of a work situation you may have until you're out. And I think going back to your relationship
I would love to go
example,
back to that example.
and going back to your relationship example, I think it's the same in relationships. You don't know how bad it was. Like, oh, he only hits me sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's every day. It's like only when things get crazy over like a night of drinks once a year, he throws me down the stairs. It's not that bad. Like, that's the mentality I think you have when you're in it. But in my experience, now I'm almost, this May would be a full year removed from the corporate nonsense.
Hey.
Yeah,
Go,
yeah,
clap, clap,
yeah. I'm gonna need some super chats because I'm about to get kicked out of my house. But look, no, you don't realize how brainwashed, how controlled, how. Bro, I remember my first few weeks after it. I was walking down like at the gym at 1 p.m. when I would have had been at work or need to be at work, and I was thinking like, dang, like I was always looking for my boss's like car, like they finding me, they're gonna find me, they're gonna fire me because I took a break, because I did this, because I'm not doing that, because I'm not doing this, and it took like a few months for me to shake that. Even on this podcast, I was filtering words and things that I would say and ideas because of that 10 years
We
of
had a
being
conversation
locked,
about that early.
of being locked down. So I want to make that last point because the further anyone who's listening or anyone who's thinking about leaving, like the further you get into that trap of just dead end unhappiness, cool, you have decent furniture and a place to live, like you can find other ways to make money. The further you get down that road, the harder it is to get out.
Yeah, of course, man. Some people go back, right? It's abusive relationships. Some people can go right back. You know what I mean? So I feel that. I want to stay on that point too, and I get you're right. The last thing I want to say about that is when you talk about, well, there's the conditioning and so on and so forth, and it's 50-50, kind of like the choices of the reasons why, one would not quit their job and so on and so forth. Nah, my point is still the same. Because it's still 100% you. Like, one day, because what are you going to do, man, for the rest of your life, bro? For the rest of your life, you're going to let everybody make your answers for you, bro? Mm-hmm. You're never going to be happy.
But how much easier would it be to follow your dreams and pursue something you like if you had a big support system and you weren't tired every day and you
weren't... Luck and privilege, man. I say that all the time. Luck and privilege.
I don't know, man, how much easier it would be. I don't have those things, and I don't care about that shit because I don't have it.
If I
had it, I would care greatly, and I would do a lot to preserve it. I always tell people all the time, take care of the people that take care of you. Yeah. That way you're always taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel you because you're 100% right, man. It would be so nice, but I find I don't have the luxury to sit in that. I have to I got to keep going until I make that happen.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen.
Right.
Like your support system, your social, because you're building it. You're quote unquote manifesting it, right?
Yeah.
But you're just working towards it. So it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I have faith in that. I have faith in my ability as a comedian and doing what I do. I'm good at what I do. Mm-hmm. And I thank God for that, right? So I have faith in that. So because of that, I don't really trip that much. And granted, I'm still 4 years in, right? So I'm still feeling like, oh yeah, no, it's cool, right? Because according to that success curve, right? Isn't it like where it starts getting difficult and right there is where most people quit?
Yeah, we've had a few conversations where you reach a certain year in anything that you're passionate about, and it starts feeling a little different.
Just like the relationship metaphor, honeymoon phase, that ends,
Right.
But I have to say this last thing, and I'll go to you. But I 100% agree with you, and I'll make it short. 100% agree with you that no one should feel sorry for anyone who's still working a job that they quote-unquote get out of. Like, you can leave a job at any point. They're not keeping you there. So I don't want to get misconstrued like that. And at the end of the day, too, the people who are successful are the people who bust their ass. They find a goal. They find what they're good at, and they make it happen. So I completely agree with you there. I'm just trying to figure out how we can get more of the good word out that corporate America isn't the only way.
Yeah. Well, you do it by being the example.
Boom. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. Do what you're doing, bro. Keep striving, man. And because that's your mission, right? That's your purpose. I was just thinking about the other day watching the episode. I was like, you know what, bro? They lit a fire under that dude, and the situation got sparked.
What was this?
When I was watching a reel of yours. I was just watching something you guys doing some podcasts. I was like, my man, because I've known you for a minute, bro. I knew you when your mustache was a little more wild and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew you when that was like the big joke, right?
Yeah.
I've known you since then. You was my partner too, like since day one. Always been a square dude with me. So I appreciate that. But I know I've seen your evolutions, and like this is perfect, man. This is one of those times in your life where this is what it's supposed to be, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's what your mission is, and as long as you keep being a beacon, you know what I mean. I can't. That's like, you know what I mean. So like, keep doing that, and then people will see it, and then when you can show them proof, then they'll be like, I can step out. I can do it. If Jake can do it, if Nick can do it, if Ant can do it, I can do it also. I'm passionately in a rush to step out of it and do full time, but I just have faith that it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like because I'm working. The moves I make are strategic, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm here on purpose.
Yeah.
This is another outlet for me to get my brand out, who I am, to rock with my homeboys, to build connections with y'all. Yeah. So, like, it's just strategic. So, it's going to happen. We just got to have faith, man.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it goes back to, like, do you value yourself or believe in yourself enough? And it's hard when corporate America beats you down.
For sure.
It's hard, like you said, an abusive relationship. Because what you do when you get sick and then they want to fire you because you've been out too long, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I used all my PTO. It's your fault, bro. We're in pandemic era. Like, you know what I mean? You can bust around and grab the handle of 7-Eleven. Your ass be dead tomorrow. And that's your fault, bro. It's like when you get hit. Well, I made corporate America hit me. I was wearing jeans and it wasn't casual Friday. I didn't put $1 in the jean jar.
The jean jar. Oh.
Relationships, because I know.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, let's tie this back into your, we'll end it here with the relationship metaphor, man. I don't think you need to quit your job until that relationship starts to suck, and you're at that 4-year mark, man. Keep your eye on that prize. The point you gave me, when you said the relationship thing, it vibed with what I was telling you before the pod. one of my favorite bosses quickly turned one of my least favorite bosses, and it hits your metaphor perfectly. Yeah. I was a college student working in the deli of a big supermarket in New England called Market Basket. Market Basket.
He was waiting for you, bro. You didn't let
Market Basket. Anyway, I'm at Market Basket.
M-O-C-K.
Bro, I'm on the slicer in the deli, fucking slicing shit. My manager leans over and he goes, take this if you ever want to work a Sunday again. Sundays were time and a half, so you wanted your Sundays. Hands me a Percocet. Now, I'm 20 years old and I'm in college and I go, you're fucking crazy. And I party with my manager, right?
Yeah.
But then flash forward, man, I was still working there in college, and like I started volunteering at preschools and stuff. Like while I was in college, it's what led to the teaching stuff. So I didn't want to do shit like that anymore. And he got fucking vindictive, man. He was keeping me on. Like he wasn't joking.
So this was consistent.
They're not consistent, but they're like at least once a year he would try to do drugs with us at work. And then
Yeah. The number
but
one
he wasn't
job.
A fun drug guy.
Oh no!
It wasn't like you were trying to smoke with me outside.
Yeah. The worst.
And it's the number one job in the world that you shouldn't be about to fall asleep and numb and pass out is when you're working by a meat slicer, bro. Like, let me take this Percocet and zah my hand.
Why can't I pick my nose?
Why do I not feel it? But it looks like I should feel it.
How thin do you want your pinky sliced?
My whole handprint.
We would like it shaved.
Bro, your manager was trying to turn you out. What was
I did, dude. That was like 20 years old. I was in college, and I took the Percocet with him. And by the end of the shift, I was just stalking in the back, like zooming. Which for that was fun for me as a dumb college kid.
But as you got older, and it turned, right?
Like 22 years old, which I would still be down to do drugs at 22 years old, but maybe not at work when I'm doing the slicer, and I just wasn't in the mood this time, you know. Yeah. He doesn't get my consent automatically because we did drugs that one time. But no, man, he got fucking wildly vindictive about it. He ended up getting fired because he was like losing his shit. He was like slamming stuff in front of customers.
That guy definitely beats his wife.
Yeah. I met her. She beats him. Easy.
Why do you think he takes perks?
Yeah.
To
numb the
pain.
Because his knuckles hurt.
You're like, can you imagine? Like, he was in a horrible. So he's projecting because he was in a horrible relationship, bro. So he's like, I don't want to be in this by myself.
But see, there you go. Bringing it back to your metaphor, I changed a little bit there and didn't want to be doing drugs at work with this guy, and fucking lashed out at me, dude.
Right, and that's I gotta go.
First of all, I was already stoned on weed when I said no to the Percocet the second time. All right, so I wasn't a total loser.
That's so awesome. My job requires too much attention to detail to smoke weed.
Yeah. What, deli?
Because my job that I have now. Because I would be.
You know what good sandwiches I made?
I bet they were lit, bro. I used to smoke weed and work in a movie theater, so I would always make my own foods. I had pizzas with like chicken fingers and stuff on them.
You ever smoke weed at work?
No.
He called me a loser.
I know. Super loser over here.
No.
You know,
with that Super Trooper mustache, looking like a Super Trooper loser.
It double back though. It brings it back. Now I know why you did all that.
He goes. Now I know why you hate corporate America.
Bro,
you were never high.
Never high, bro.
You
sold stimulants. You fucking moron. you sold stimulants. You should have tried it. You should have tried it.
We do got to wrap this up. Do you have any final thoughts for Ants on his journey?
What's your final thought? You said just keep doing
I think his metaphor is exactly the way he should keep looking at this, man. Keep trying to grow the comedy thing so that something pops and it's a no-brainer. It's time to quit. I got this check. I got this show, whatever it is. Yeah. But until that day comes, man, as long as that job is a fun, happy relationship that you can move, and do your thing in, keep it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I can't disagree with most of that. That's probably what I would say.
He's going to tell you to quit, though.
No.
It's his thing.
No, I won't.
He's told me to quit so many times.
Well, yes. Well, one time I did tell you to drive to an open mic on rims because you had full flats, and it wasn't even a Cadillac.
He did tell me to do that. I showed him the tire. I sent him a message. My man, King Empathy.
Yeah.
Over here.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, man, drive on the rim.
I mean, think about it. If it's mostly downhill,
not do you need a ride, not can I help you.
He lived an hour and a half away.
Drive on the rim.
He's stranded.
Drive on the rim. I was super home.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with pretty much everything you're saying. Actually, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. The only thing I'll add, and I think I put this on everyone, and it's probably going to be something that you've had to have heard from me before. I would get just real tight on what the goals are. Whatever, because it's easy. It's very easy for us all to sit here and say, I want to be like Nate Bargatze. I want to be like Sebastian Maniscalco. I want to be like Dave Chappelle. But the only thing I would say, you got to have short-term goals and long-term goals, and they have to be written down. I tell this to everyone. They have to be written down. There's something about it doesn't exist until it's written down.
Right.
I'm not a vision board person per se, but it has to be written down in your phone, notebook, whatever, and you have to have, how am I going to get there? And you have to, whether it's metrics, how many mics or shows I got to have in a month to get this much better? How many minutes do I got to produce on stage? When do I got to get merch? And what is my cost analysis going to be of when I can break away from not having the day job and going full-time in comedy? Because if you don't put all those things down, if you don't think about that now, you could fall into the trap of being semi-comfortable at work because it's not that bad, and then semi-comfortable with stand-up because you love it, and then you'll just do that for the rest of your life, which ain't a bad life. I think that's 10 times better than a lot of other situations I've heard, but you could blink and then be like, dang, maybe if I was a little bit more organized or a little bit more fill in the blank, whatever you think you were missing I could have got to my goal either faster or got to something completely different.
100%.
To go back to the quotes, Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson, don't half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
Whole-ass one thing.
Whole-ass
I like that. Yeah, man. Hey, follow Ants Rants on all social medias, man.
Yeah.
Ants Rants.
Final thoughts, though. I want to hear. Give our listeners some Ants Rants
maybe
wisdom.
a timeline or a short-term goal to check back in on.
Yeah, man. I like that. Ironically enough, we do all this kind of anti-corporate conversation. Then we're like, but set up a metrics.
right.
Well, no, I bring it
Do you
up
have
all
a
the time
performance
that
plan?
We have learned things from our day jobs that make us more professional as comics.
100%.
Yeah.
My final thoughts are, yo, man, know yourself. Know yourself all the way around as a whole, whether it's your career, comedy, goals, dreams, like know yourself. Focus on that. Invest in yourself. So if you're going to set those metrics up, set those things up for yourself. Like who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. Have faith and live by that. And you'll be straight. You'll be straight. I 100% agree with you. Set goals. Short-term, long-term goals. Set them. Set them. And then come back, like you said, a couple months later, take a look. Okay, am I here? What do I need to do to get here? And that's where you start to see the actual progress. Right. So I 100% agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. Man, I can't believe, dang, this actually went like too fast.
Yeah, this is our longest
episode.
episode.
Too fast.
Really?
We're an hour and a half.
This has been so much fun, man.
Yeah.
You guys are super dope. I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm glad. I was thinking that today. Like, I'm so glad to be a part of the history of what you guys are doing. This is so fire.
History. That's a loaded word, bro, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
No,
man.
it's not. No, legit. This is timestamp, right? This is forever,
and it's Black
forever,
History
forever.
Month.
Yeah.
And that's why I really like it.
Like we were on brand.
That's why I really, really like it. I don't get a lot of love in my community because I'm so light shit. You know what I mean?
Now the people know.
You know what I mean? Cotton candy. That's what I used to pick. So,
Well, man,
I'm not comment on that one. We're ending right
Ants
there.
Rants, everybody.
Ants Rants, ladies and gentlemen.